Welcome to MalcolmPresents.com, a new platform, internet streaming platform. And this is one of my favorite shows called the Tush Twins.
Tush Twins. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo. So hey,
weekly.
baby, we're gonna take a walk
take
on
over,
the wild
Max.
side. Yeah, so
Give us our intro.
I'm doing the intro. Move over, Lucy and Ethel to Tilly.
Ricky.
I will now. What did you do, Lucy? Laverne and Shirley, Shlemiel,
Shemazel, awesome.
Thelma and Louise, they
Incorporated.
went off the end. Betty and Wilma, always with, something Fred did. So here come the Tush Twins with tales of friendship from Brooklyn and beyond.
Tales, T-A-I-L-S, right?
Tails. It
Bunny
could be
tails.
Bunny tails. The redhead has bunny tails. Maxine Faith and Paula Rose, aka Rusty, aka the redhead, will bring you through their 60+ years of friendship with levity, drama, joy, and unabashed plutonic love. From Brighton to Coney, New York City to the burbs, and out to the whole wide world, we have been through it all, and we will take you through our journey.
Amen.
We through a lot of stuff, baby. A lot of good stuff, a lot of not so good stuff. So we know each other so long and so well that our atomic particles have been joined at the tush.
And
we
you
hope
finish
you
each other's
enjoy
sentences.
our tales. Woo.
Yeah.
And so today, we're gonna delve into an interesting subject because Malcolm brought it up. He said, "Oh, somehow we don't know what we're gonna do. Let's talk about." There were a lot of boobs at the Oscars.
Boobs.
It seemed to be a thing. I saw this thing on starcast.net. I don't know who said it, but the person said, aside from the slap, there were many winners at the Oscars. Overall, though, I have to agree that the true winners were Oscar boobs, and the audience appreciated them. Yeah, Malcolm is going, yeah. The dirty old man continues, Malcolm.
Well, you said you Les watches it for the boobs.
He saw some of the boobs. I think he caught Venus Williams, who apparently really had an issue. She had definite boob exposure. And her sister basically said, who's watching out for her? Why wasn't somebody saying, hey, cover that up? What's going on? And this was all during the infamous slap. And the Williams sisters are the subjects of the movie that Will Smith won the Oscar for. And aside from what he did, and we spoke about that before, his performance was really excellent. He just screwed himself up pretty good. But anyway, back to boobs. So there's been a lot of nip slips, right?
Oh, there's been a few.
Yeah, I mean, there's been many. Oh, but that's no slip of the nip, but those are the nips. Oh, that's you as a bunny. Can you explain that picture, Lucy?
That's me sitting as a door bunny in front of Hefner's picture.
Oh, is that why they're called knockers?
This is gonna get really bad. I don't know if we're gonna hit into what are you talking about, you idiots? This is me too. Shut up. I don't know.
You know what? Boobs are a natural thing.
Boobs are
and
boobs.
we women like to show ourselves off.
Don't
get me wrong.
Yeah.
I have been known to show.
Well, that
cleavage.
picture right there.
Well, it's cleavage.
You're a door. Explain the door bunny again? What is a door?
A door bunny is when someone comes in once a week. We all had to be a door bunny. You come into the club and we look at your key and then we let you in and we have to smile and say hello. May I see your key, please? Otherwise, they can't come into the club. And that's all we had. Just sit there and look pretty.
What kind of key was that? An actual
just
card?
Just a Playboy key, card key, yeah.
Card key. Wow. There's so much of that history that people don't know about. You gave some in a show number of shows ago, but no one really, I mean, if you went through that era, Playboy clubs were huge, and the thing was to get into those clubs and just check out the ladies. I don't
Most of
know.
it was different. People, they had that documentary about Hefner, which, yes, he was crazy during the time of his lagoon and his house, his mansion, the Playboy Mansion. But when it came to the bunnies, we were respected, and we showed our boobs, we showed cleavage, but we never, we were respected. No one kept going, oh, let me see those boobs of yours. People
Except
just,
Hefner.
he was very respectful to all of us. He
Well,
really,
at the club, I don't know, at his home.
I've never been to his home. I've been invited, but I've never been to his home.
What are they
But-
doing with it now?
They sold the mansion.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
think they
They
sold
sold
it to the mansion next door. And they're gonna
They
combine
should
them.
have sold it to a church or something.
The Scientologist Cruz should have bought it.
Well, they have the
Travolta
money.
and Cruz should have chipped in, right? They
Oh my
would, could you just imagine if that would have happened? Hey, we're gonna have the mansion of Scientology. I mean,
Oh, that would be too
I don't
funny. That would be
know.
very sad.
You know, it's just, you just don't know sometimes what to say or do. Everything is like overblown these days, and you know, the guys want to see a
I
little.
remember men would say, oh, yeah, I read Playboy for the articles. Because
Oh,
they
yeah.
have very
Sometimes
good
they had
images.
good articles.
Excuse me,
though.
I need to cough. Oh,
Yeah.
Well, it was their prime reading in the bathroom.
yeah.
The door was locked. What are you gonna do? Hide
But-
or go hide in the closet? I guess the
But
15-year-olds.
I don't know how they found so many women that didn't have pubic hair at the time.
Yeah, well,
Because
they
everything
shave
was
them,
airbrushed.
but they also shaved.
Yeah,
Right?
but
Did they shave? Did
but
the bunnies
no, but they
shave?
had- Yeah,
Some had, but I mean, I
there's
don't know.
some later on, but the Playboy magazine was a little classier than Penthouse. It actually did have some really good articles in the
A
magazine.
little classier than
Good writer.
Penthouse.
A lot classier than
A lot
Penthouse.
classier.
I mean, a
Ooh.
zillion times
Mm.
classier than that and the other ones. But it
But
was a
what are the
better
poor-
magazine.
The poor 15-year-old boys are missing so much now. I mean, they can go on Pornhub, but the imagination,
But
you
that
know,
doesn't,
I mean,
today there is no imagination.
no, I mean, they put on, they go straight to those places, and Jesus Christ.
You
Sorry.
know, on Pornhub, they go strictly to the mats, so
No.
to speak.
Uh,
I ain't
Uh,
nothing to the imagination.
no, that's, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's a crazy
Now,
world.
for the purpose of this show and this show only, I have explored some of the X-rated sites on my cell phone. And they leave nothing to the imagination, but you have beautiful women.
Yeah, and
I mean-
they're doing it, they're making a living, it's their prerogative, they want to do that.
And
This-
I mean, years ago, back in the Wild West days, the women who did porn, left a lot to be desired.
They were
Well, they
also
also-
stinky.
They also, yeah, well, they had houses of prostitution. But hey, in Tennessee, a 40-year-old man could get a 15-year-old pregnant now with no problem. Did you hear that one?
No, I haven't.
No, I didn't hear that, but
Oh,
okay.
go check the news sites. You won't believe what you're going to be reading.
But you're going to
They
find.
basically said that a teenager under 15, it doesn't matter, any age, you can get married at any age. And if a guy impregnates a 15-year-old, so be it, won't be able to get an abortion. Is that okay?
Absolutely
Oh.
not, but
Well, and now Oklahoma have pretty much outlawed abortion. So we're getting off topic here.
When did
yeah,
Tennessee
but God
raise-
bless New York and New Jersey. and
when
Yeah.
did Tennessee raise the age limit to 14 to get married?
Something came down today that that the Tennessee is passing a law that you don't have to, that age is not a problem anymore.
Yeah, well, I remember back in the days with the rock and roll and Elvis, that you could like marry your 12-year-old cousin. As long as
That
it
was, what's his
okay.
name? what's it, the other artist, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry Lee
He
Lewis.
married his
Right.
14-year-old cousin. Because
It
you could get permission.
It says Tennessee bill would eliminate age requirement for marriages. Some worry the bill, which would establish common law marriages in the state between one man and one woman, endanger marriage equality in Tennessee. So now the backstory is the equality, don't say gay, right? It's just, some say it could open the door to child sex abuse. Any age,
It's already
okay.
open.
Right,
It's already open.
It can open the
That-
door.
Yeah, it's been opened.
Yeah.
Well, I
It's
have
open.
I have a map of the United States, and I have lists, each state, I'll go, okay, I could be here, and then I put a big X. I wouldn't give, like my dad would say, I wouldn't give them a nickel, wouldn't give them a penny. And my mother said,
I
you
only
can trust
have a
me.
penny.
Right, my mother said, you can trust me. And,
Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just crazy what the heck's going on. But these award shows, though, back to those, they wear these expensive couture,
Gowns.
the high-end designers,
Mhm.
and a lot of times they're right out there, and you can see a lot more than what you should see, I think, on national television. It isn't Pornhub, so what do you make of that? Do you have a problem with it?
No,
Yeah, I have a problem. Not
You
enough.
not enough. I don't have a problem. If the women want to wear it, it's just, we're allowed to do what we want and wear it and do it. But
What kind of
but
message
men,
is it
but the
sending
message, yeah, it's
to
sending
a
a
younger
message.
generation of younger girls who want to watch that show because they love movies, let's say, and they're young, they're they like movie stars, and then they see tits hanging out. You think it's a problem? I don't.
Well, the
Would you
young
want
kids,
your
yes.
daughter to see these
Hey,
various
listen, I
boobs
took
hanging
your
out?
son to the Shea Stadium that
Oh
time.
God, we never even talked about that. Okay, the next thing we have to talk about, since baseball season is starting, is
I'll
that.
talk about that now.
You want to talk
Elon's
about it
bar-
now?
I'll talk about it now.
You're
I'll tell
talking
him.
about it now? Well, take me out to the ball game. Here we go. Buckle
Well,
up, people.
I took Elon for his bar
Don't
mitzvah as a
mention
gift.
names.
You just said, I took my godson to the ball game. It's the World Series Tuesday night. We got tickets.
And who was playing whom?
It was the Yankees and the Mets.
How Subway Series, like big
But it
freaking
was-
deal. Big deal.
But it
major
was the
big.
World Series.
Yep.
And the only game they won was the night we went to. It was
Right.
It was the Tuesday night. It was the only game the Mets won, and we were so excited. But before
And he
we
got the
got
ball
there,
signed by the pitcher. Who was the
Pitcher.
pitcher? I remember the pitcher. He was their reliever. Like, I don't know. Go ahead. Keep going.
excuse me. So we went early, and they were having little different shows all around, contests, and they had these cable. Back then, it was cable shows, not like the cable we have now, but the little, it wasn't MTV in those days. So I took them to see this one group, and they were asking everyone there, if you could tell me, if you could guess this trivia question, you could take the hairbrush and either spank madam or she will spank you.
I don't
And
even
he-
know how.
But
They
this is
let
outside
that-
in Shea Stadium. It was hysterical. So we're there. Elon screams out the answer.
Which was
So-
Joe Torre, by the way,
And yes, it was.
was the answer.
So he screams out the answer, and everyone's clapping. And he goes up to her. He goes, "Would you like me to spank you, or would you like to spank me?" He looks at me. He starts giggling. Goes, "Can I spank her?"
You
And I
sick
go,
son
"Yeah,
of a.
she-" I said, "Yeah, why not?"
Uh,
So he spanks her. So okay, so we go watch the game. Now we come home. I take him to meet you at Grand
Wait, but he
Central.
got John Franco, who was
Yes.
the winning pitcher, to sign the ball. And
Right.
you're all excited. You didn't tell me anything about this thing,
No, no.
but you told me about the ball. So
Ball,
I'm like,
yeah.
this is so exciting. John Franco won the game. He got the game ball. The Mets won. La-di-da-di-da. Yippee yahoo. Let's go now down to the city to pick him up. You're bringing him to Grand Central. And then
So
what
he's
happened?
telling him all about the game and everything, and he turns around to his mother and said, well, I won a contest, and he won all this Met paraphernalia.
No. The question was when he saw me. First,
Yes.
I was asking
Oh,
my
wait,
friend-
and then he goes, Mom, let's
What?
say dominatrix.
right.
You
My
looked at
son-
me.
If I could smack you right now, I would. Yeah. The
That was
question he asked me
hysterical.
is not like, did you watch the game? The Mets won. I got the ball. John Franco signed it. He goes, Mom, what's a dominatrix? And I'm like,
I'm
what?
hysterical laughing.
I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? What's a dominatrix? And I'm like, Lucy, what did you do? It's like, what the hell? Did I have to
Happy
explain? I
birthday,
said,
Elon.
I was like, what the hell? Shh, don't say.
Well, he knows. But this was
Anyway.
it wasn't a bad thing. It
Ah.
was a slight pat on the tush. Another tush twin.
Oh, well, I'm not sure he would want this out on that. You're gonna have to cancel this show. Anyway, this is
I
not
thought it was
going
a-
up. This is not going up.
I think it's the funniest thing. It was
Well,
hysterical.
I'm
Elon
wondering
was so happy. Why not?
If that's affects him now in looking for women.
I
can-
don't
can-
think so.
I can imagine his questionnaire to a woman. You like being spanked?
All right, you better stop. He's gonna kill me. Seriously, I don't want to. This
Don't let
is
him
a-
hear the show. I tease him
He's
about
not
it.
going to listen to it.
I can't do this.
Less
It's got to
mild.
stop. No more. You
Okay.
should have
But
said
that was,
you had to change the names to protect the innocent.
okay.
Uh,
Elmer Fudd.
Elmer. It's too late now. Got to start all over again. He's gonna kill me.
Okay, Elmer
Seriously.
Fudd.
Stop
went-
it.
All right, no more. We got it. We
Okay,
got it. We got
so-
most of it out. I ain't
Okay.
doing this again. But yeah, you. Who does that? And how did Shea Stadium let that happen? Is my question.
Because it was she had all the women, she had a little chest out, but nothing was all covered. Little cleavage. There was nothing wrong. She was fully dressed.
Who in their right mind, on the upper ranks of the New York Mets, would allow a World Series game where children are seeing the game, have someone dressed in leather winning a question, and then
And
letting
there were a lot of other good young kids there too.
there were that's
Yeah.
insane. You see, if that wouldn't happen if I were there. I mean, we would have just walked on by, walk
Walk-
on
walk-
by.
He
by.
pulled me
You know,
over.
Because you
He-
are his crazy
Elmer pulled him-
godmother. Yeah.
Hey.
You are like cuckoo. You got the word anti-cuckoo, but godmother cuckoo fits you even better.
Mhm.
But it
But it was
reminds me of this. Well, it doesn't remind me of the story, but years and years ago, when I was working in radio, when there was a consumer electronics show in Vegas,
Mhm.
and parts of the consumer electronics show, there was the X-rated movies or the porn section. And when I first went
Yeah.
there, the porn section was like about half an aisle into the main gallery. And maybe they had 4 or 5 people selling pictures and things like that. About 10, 15 years later, and I was selling some products, and actually I was selling something which was a cologne that was private labeled.
Right.
That I had, it was supposed to be like very sexy. So that I had this, I wanted to get a sponsor for it. And Doc Johnson was one of my clients at the time. And Doc Johnson made what we say a lot of the rubber products that you buy. So anyway, I decided I'm going to go to the I called them up and they said, hey, we're busy. Come to the consumer electronics show and we can have a meeting. So it was on a weekend. I think, oh, that's nice. I'll take, Anna, my wife, with me, and we'll have a small little show, and she won't mind that at all.
Mhm.
We went there and they had their own entire floor and hotel with all the X-rated materials. They had
Mhm.
they had brothels there with their
Ooh.
and there were women there, and they weren't nude, but they were dressed almost nude, giving autographs, taking pictures with them. And
Well,
and of course, every time I stopped to look, Anna would push me. Okay, we're here for business.
well,
That's
back in the day, even before that, there was burlesque and such, and the marvelous Mrs. Maisel,
Mhm.
she's
Yeah.
working in a burlesque joint as the comedian. And the body types were different. They wanted, the women were heavier, their curves were curvier, a lot. Now you
Rubenesque.
see they're like really straight and narrow, almost size zero. Why are you a size zero? Seriously, is that good for you? Maybe it is. I don't know. If I was ever a size zero, I can't even
I
recall.
don't even think I was a size 0 when I was born.
Me either. It's like, I mean, what size do you take? Zero. What? The only zero I like is Zero Mostel. I mean, I just, but whatever.
Or a lot of
Uh,
zeros behind a 1
Yeah,
or a
That's
2.
right.
well, one time burlesque was more like vaudeville.
Yes.
They had the comedian, the shtick there, and a lot of the comedians or the old time comedians started out of burlesque
Yeah.
because they didn't expose themselves.
well, I think there
Really,
were places that didn't, and then there were places that
At least
did.
that did.
And the example again on the TV, on the series of Mrs. Maisel, was they showed more, absolutely. But there were, my grandparents took my mom to burlesque when she was 4 or 5 years old, but it wasn't that burlesque. It was, they did things, but they didn't,
They
strip
have
down
burlesque now in Vegas. They have
They
a
have
show.
burlesque in New York City. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's coming back. They have places in the Lower East Side. They have burlesque halls,
Yeah.
well, I
and
don't
it's very popular. It's sold out like all the time when they have it. I don't know if it's.
totally nude or just topless.
I
No,
don't know.
that's,
I've
don't know. I
never.
haven't.
Because
We
I
should
know
go
in
to
Vegas
one.
there
Yeah.
was topless.
We should go to one. I mean, I don't know.
I've been
If
to
they
a
go, if they go topless, the men should go bottomless. There you go.
Well,
Two
Oh,
way
I saw
street.
naked boys. I saw naked boys singing. Now that was hysterical. Off Broadway in the
That was
Village.
a while back, right? Well,
Yes,
we
that was
also used
about
to
20
go.
years ago.
We also used to go like bachelorette things to Chippendales, right? We used
but
to where
if you ever
they
want to
would
see
throw
Hated
hila-
Chippendales.
if you ever
stuff the
want to
money
see a
down the
hilarious
thing.
show, it's not a sexual thing, but it's called menopause.
Oh,
Oh
yes, I
yeah,
heard
yeah, I've
about
heard of
that.
And
that.
it's
I
been in
didn't
New
see
York,
it.
it's been in Vegas,
Mhm.
and it is so funny because it's a group of I think like 5 or 6 women that meet by accident. I think it's in Bonwood Tellers in New York, and all of them are going through a period of menopause, and with all
Yeah,
the
well,
symptoms.
you guys will never know that one either.
Yeah. Now, what
Or
men
childbirth.
actually men have menopause, but it's not as
I only
profound
wish
as
it
women.
on you men.
No, I don't. I don't
But-
wish it on
Oh, I
anybody.
do.
But-
You do? You wish it on men? Okay. You have to be general. I don't want to wish anything bad on Malcolm because he's a good
No.
dude. If
Well,
there's
aside from the fact I'm past that age,
yeah, you pass menopause.
I'm
You can't be past menopause because you're a man and men owe pause.
no,
So we can make you pause as a,
I'm on the period called rejuvenation.
okay. I like that. That's good. We try to find that fountain of youth. Gotta go visit the fountain of youth somewhere.
I think I told the story. I live in a complex over here in Los Angeles, Harriside Estate Apartments. And well, it's changing now, but originally when I moved in here, they were basically senior citizens.
Ooh.
Were they
And
sexy senior citizens?
no, yeah, very. But they
Okay.
had a film crew coming out from Florida. This was probably like about 8, 9 years ago. I don't know why they came out here. There was probably a group here, but they were doing a commercial to prevent STD,
Oh,
sexually transmitted diseases,
yeah.
in nursing homes.
Yeah. Oh, the villages in Florida. Oh my
And
God, it's rampant
it
there.
was for Florida. And basically it was now that Viagra was became popular for men,
Mhm.
all of a sudden the women say, aha, these guys can now perform and I don't have to worry about being pregnant.
Right. Well,
Yeah, but you still get
you can
diseases.
still
Right.
get
And they didn't realize that
STDs.
they can get diseases with unprotected
STDs are
pregnancy.
rising, definitely rising in
Oh
the
my
younger
God.
population.
It was on the rise.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt about it, but I don't know, it's all about the base,
I
the
have a
base,
question for you.
the
How come our
base.
show was
No,
turned to this when we're going to talk about the Passover?
no, Passover will
Oh,
be next week. No,
I
Next
won't
no,
week,
be here
okay.
next week.
next. Oh, you won't be here next week.
No,
Why
Oh,
not? Where will you be?
I will
she's-
be in North Carolina, and next Wednesday I'll be in Charleston.
You're not going
South
to have a
Charleston's
computer?
really nice.
Oh, I'm going vacation. I'm not taking my computer this time. I am
He's
very happy.
You mean it's only
happy.
be me and Maxie
Only you, Max,
eating matzah?
eating my,
Maybe.
well, next week's not Passover, it's the following
Right,
week
that's
is
true.
Passover.
Wait a minute. Wait, no. It is
No,
next week, the
next Friday
15th,
night is.
Friday. It
Friday,
is,
yeah.
it is. It's next week. It starts
Yeah.
the end of next
Yeah,
week.
but our show is Wednesday.
So close enough.
We'll pretend.
We'll make believe.
I went to the supermarket today to get some stuff, so when I get home, I have my Passover goods. I have to send you a picture. All they have in ShopRite in Franklin, New Jersey is matzah,
Mhm.
Joya jelly rings, and chestnuts. That's it.
Chestnuts.
Yes.
No matzah
Kosher
meal.
chestnut.
No farfel.
No matzah meal, no farfel,
No.
no nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
No
It's
macaroons.
embarrassing.
Well, what again, the story I would tell, my parents first moved to Fort Lauderdale, the Sunrise, and they're
Mhm.
shopping for Passover, and they go to Winn-Dixie, and there's a giant sign for our Jewish friends, fresh challah for
Fresh-
Passover. No, not true. It's
I
true.
remember.
They had
I
no
remember that.
idea what the hell was going on, not a clue. And Florida doesn't have a clue in general at all. I mean, it's just crazy time. It's crazy
You would
time down
think it
there.
would be more because a lot of Jewish people go to Florida to retire.
Not as many as
Yeah.
they used to. Okay.
No, no.
I think,
It's our parents' age. As most
I
of
mean,
us
there
go
are
to-
people go down, but it's definitely not the same amount as it was back then. It's a whole
Wilmington, North
different.
Carolina has a lot. They actually, Randy, because we're doing the first night of Passover at their house. She's going out, Michael and Randy are going out shopping for the Passover because I'm cooking. There's not much there either. They had to go to, where is that? They had to go someplace outside of the area.
Right, right.
Well, I live in Sherman Oaks in Los Angeles, and we have all the new supermarkets like the
Mhm.
Ralphs and the Vons. They all have kosher sections. It's
They
not only
don't?
They do.
they have
They do,
kosher
oh.
meats.
Right.
I mean, year round. So I have no problem finding food for
When I lived
Passover.
in California, I went to Fairfax. When I needed
Fairfax
anything.
is,
Oh, fair.
they have everything.
went down there.
And Pico has all the,
What, Well, that's Orthodox. I mean, you have the whole Orthodox section. You go.
sometimes Phil would go having to pick stuff up there, and he would go, I hate to say the phrase, but he goes, I had to go to the Jewy Juice store to get this because they didn't have it in the regular store. So he would
That's-
go.
That's where I got it from.
The
'cause I say
Jewy,
that
you
all
got the
Jew- I
Jewy Juice
do.
store from Phil.
I say that all the time.
Okay, now you know where it came from.
Okay, but you have to understand, when I went out to California, when you were doing a show out there,
Mhm.
and I was between marriages, we were staying, you had a hotel room, and we had Passover in one of the hotel rooms.
Yeah, we did.
And that was a lot of fun.
We had it in one of the hotel rooms,
Hotel
and we
rooms.
bought all the stuff. My mom cooked,
Uh,
I cooked. We had a lot of people. I don't know how we
Yes.
did that, but we had a
But
great
it
time.
was one of those.
It was one of those
suites with
fun-
the whole kitchen.
Right, we just,
full
right, it was a
kitchen.
suite, right, and it had kitchen and it had like 2 bedrooms. Because my mom, was like, we got to do something, and yeah, that was a fun
That
Definitely.
was a fun
That was a
Passover
definite
Seder.
fun Passover. That was one of the better ones I remember. We've had some crazy ones, but
Oh, so we went from boobs,
the
to
Passover.
dominatrix, to Passover.
Natural progression.
You know, it's a national progression.
Isn't it Passover where you hide the matzah?
Let my people
Afikomen,
go,
yes.
Yeah,
or
you
let
hide
my
the matzah.
boobies
So
go.
we went from hide the boob to hide the
Right.
matzah.
Let
The
my
Afikomen.
boobies go. Right. I don't know. We just went
It's-
from topic to topic. It just didn't.
Hey, it's called
What?
cutting, it was breaking the breeze, cutting the breeze, or
Shooting the breeze.
whatever, I can't think of the word.
Cutting
Yeah.
the breeze. I'm gonna cut
Cutting
the
the
breeze.
breeze.
Cut the breeze. That's all I can say.
Anyway,
Cut that
guys.
breeze. Yeah,
Unless you have something really exciting to say, we use our time.
it's Earth Month.
It's Herb
So-
Month.
Earth.
Yes,
Earth Month.
Earth
Oh,
Month.
Earth.
Earth Day is
And
this
it's
month.
also
And
420
be
is coming
kind
up.
to Mother Nature. Do your
Yes.
thing. Be active. You know, you gotta get yourself together, because if you read the reports by the IPCC, you will be crying. We don't want to be crying. We want to get this done. So do
Yes.
what you need to do to protect the earth.
It's
And everyone, it's also 420 coming up.
She has to advertise 420, you know. Have
But
a,
I also want to say Aziz and Pesach to all my friends and family out there, and to
you won't be
all
here.
my people out there.
Wait,
No,
wait,
but I'm
one last
sending
thing.
advance now.
is there kosher for Passover gummies?
Yes, there are.
Okay. And with that,
Everybody.
Shalom.
peace out.
Bye. I'll see
Bye.
you
Catch you next
week,
time,
Max.
folks.
You have a good trip.
Thank
have
you.
have a safe journey to North Kakalaki.
Bye.
Ciao.
Shalom.
Shalom.